This is Christy with Vegan Food for Thought, and today I had an exciting announcement that my thyroid is almost pretty much back within the normal range. And if anyone's been following me, they know that my TSH was up to around 113, and it is now 1 point away from the normal range, and my T4 is within the normal range, so I'm happy about that. Here it is. Let me see. You gotta let go of me so I can show this. But if you can see that, it's a 6.73, and the normal range, the high range is 5.72. Yeah, right, 5.73. So it's, if that is showing up right there. Where's the camera? Okay, so what that means is my TSH is literally almost exactly 1 point away from being normal. And when you have elevated TSH, that means that your thyroid stimulating hormone that comes from your pituitary gland is telling your body to produce a little bit more thyroid hormone. So my body just wants a little bit more, and it's pretty much right where it should be. It is for the T4, so that is one of the types of the thyroid hormones. That is right there. It says it's 2.8, and then the normal is 2 to 4.4. So we're getting things off of the windowsill here. But anyways, what that means is that my thyroid hormone, my T4, there's T4 and T3, that one is at the normal range, so so that's good. And I've been feeling good. Honestly, I don't feel really that much different. When I 2.5 years ago, when I started, when I went off the medication, I don't recommend anyone do that. Don't just go off your medication, see a doctor. And you're supposed to stair-step your medication, but that's what I did. And honestly, I didn't feel all that bad. I just pretty much had like a couple days where I was a little more tired than normal, and then I remember most of the time, my one complaint was having a lack of energy, but I still worked out consistently. I still did a lot of stuff and raised a 1-year-old at the time, who's now a 3-year-old, so he was like 1.5 when I went off the medication, but or no, he was would have been like 6 months or something. But anyways, the one complaint I have is just maybe not having as much energy as I could, and I still feel like I could have more energy, but it's pretty much like where it should be. So mainly it's just about motivation, and if I motivate myself to work out, and if I get enough sleep, then I have the energy to work out. So that's my only complaint. I know my doctor, my naturopath that I was seeing at the time was wondering, if I was constipated or having any issues. That was never an issue with me, and I think a lot of that went along with eating just a lot of fruits and vegetables, and eating the vegan diet and plant-based, especially not eating the processed food diet, has made it so I don't have to worry about that. I know when I was a teenager, that was a different story, and I did have thyroid issues then too. So my life has been like, well, there was one time where I had thyroid issues. I went on medication, and then they said it was normal again, and I went off, and then it came back in my 20s, so my teens, then my 20s, and this coincided with stress, with overworking myself, overexerting myself. Also, yeah, I've had to learn where my limits are, and what I can and can't do. I cannot sleep 2 hours and then, go through and do school or work or both and feel like I'm alive. But that's not everyone. I know I was using a lot of caffeine. I don't do caffeine anymore. I have a video of the things that I started doing about 2 years ago. And I'm still doing most of those things, taking a lot of the supplements. I take vitamin D regularly, especially in the wintertime. But mainly I'm doing all of that. I also am taking supplements like zinc, and I think the one that I take is like, there's a multivitamin one that I take now that has selenium and things. I was also deficient in copper. That's not one of the typical ones, but if you want, you can get your macronutrient panel and you can find out exactly what you need specifically to heal. One issue with being hypothyroid and having Hashimoto's is that I don't absorb nutrients as easily as most people do, so I really, really want to like make sure I'm getting all of those things that I need. And doing that, doing supplements and things can help. But you and I know that I have healed, anyone could heal just doing a plant-based vegan diet, I think, but I'm not a medical doctor, and this isn't meant to replace medical advice, but this is also, I guess this is the third time that my thyroid has gotten better, and I intend to keep it that way too this time. I've had to get very good at managing my stress levels, managing my relationships, and just, taking steps away from certain stressful people and ensuring that I do get enough sleep in the day. I, on average, get 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. Now, I didn't get that last night, but it's going to vary. And so, that's life. And I think it's more about consistency. I don't get, upset at myself. I used to get very stressed out when I wouldn't sleep because I would think, well, now I have this that I have to go to in the morning or something, and I'm not going to make it, or I'm going to be tired, and I would use caffeine. And so anyways, I'm going to go over the list of things that I don't do. Caffeine's one of them because that's really bad for your adrenals. It's not good for the thyroid. I know vegans can totally do caffeine and be healthy, but it's never been something that's been good for me, especially considering my thyroid condition. So I've been vegan, obviously, the whole time. I've been plant-based pretty much the whole time. I've had probably, I could say, like 2 or 3 cupcakes. Well, okay, so there are these cupcakes that I need to post, but my mom made this recipe up where she makes oil-free, gluten-free, vegan cupcakes that are not processed. Now, I don't eat she doesn't put frosting on them when I eat them, but they taste like so good and so amazing. And besides that, in the last 2 years, I've had maybe 2 or 3 other cupcakes that were, covered in frosting and all oily and all that. But, so I've been doing that. And the other thing is that leads into I've been oil-free. That's been very helpful for my candida issues. I don't know if I added a video on this yet, but I was getting candida like thrush in my mouth, on my tongue, and it doesn't feel good. It's not, and it wasn't really very fun. Anyways, and then my skin was getting dry and stuff when that was happening. I was getting like rashes on my skin, like itchy, like patchy stuff, and that went along with when I was eating oil. So, and plus I've just been following Dr. Greger's videos. Oil is one of those things that our bodies really aren't designed to break down. It's kind of like a man-made substance, basically, that we use to make food not stick to pans, and then it doesn't come out of our bodies. So I haven't been eating oil. I've been gluten-free. That's been an important one. I've been researching a little bit about how glyphosates, GMO foods, and GMO wheat or gluten especially can be an issue for anyone's body, but I haven't tested, if I eat non-GMO wheat or organic wheat. I've noticed getting inflammation and feeling like almost sick after eating organic wheat, even if it isn't GMO. So just gluten in general is not a good thing for me. And I didn't realize that soy sauce had gluten in it for a couple years, about 2 or 3 years ago. So I've stopped eating soy sauce also. Let's see, I've been following Lily Coy on YouTube, and she said something about I still have some of it in my fridge, but it's the liquid aminos stuff, and I don't use it anymore, but there were some questionable things about that. So what I've been using lately is usually tamari, the gluten-free soy sauce at restaurants, or I have coconut aminos at home, because the tamari has a little bit of alcohol in it, and that can be like, I notice sometimes it like kind of hurts my lips, like it almost burns. just because of the small amount of the alcohol that's in it. So I don't have too much of that. And if I do, I try to cook it off or something, and I don't have any issues with that. Let's see. So gluten-free, oil-free. Oh, I've also, and the last one is that I haven't been eating yeast anymore because of Dr. Greger's video on that. And what he said was that it's in people with autoimmune diseases, and I have Hashimoto's thyroiditis, so it can be an issue. It can cause more inflammation. And so I stopped eating yeast about maybe 6 or 7 months ago. And I've noticed just, you know, having a little bit more energy, feeling a little bit better. I notice my face, like, I don't wake up with a, you know, as puffy of a face. I still eat salt in my diet, and that's, like, a lot of the salt does a lot of that stuff, too. So if I really wanted to, like, feel good, like, amazingly awesome, then I could do that, too. But I guess I use salt to eat more vegetables and salads and things, because without that I really I've gone 80-10-10 and done all of that and done no salt, and I can't say that I didn't not enjoy it. I just had trouble eating at restaurants. There really weren't very many options besides like sushi, like cucumbers and rice and things, or I can't even think of what else I would eat, but that wouldn't even be raw food. So that was kind of when I ended my situation with 80-10-10. But also I haven't really been monitoring my fats. I eat, like, on average, I usually have like a half of an avocado in my salads, but then I don't restrict myself if I feel like having certain things, like for dinner, like cashew macaroni and cheese or something, or so I don't worry about that too much. And I've been feeling good. So those are the things that I've been doing. I also want to do a video about my foods and what I order at restaurants, because I usually eat out like probably 2 to 4 times a week, depending. Yeah, it probably averages out to about that. And you could pretty much eat food anywhere with this sort of a diet when it's cooked and when it's plant-based, vegan, gluten-free, oil-free, and what was the other one that I said? The other one, yeah, gluten-free, oil-free, and yeast-free. So there's pretty much that food at any restaurant. It's just about how you ask for it and what you say. So I'll have some tips and tricks on that, but that'll have to be another video. And yeah, if anybody wants all my proof on everything, I have all my stuff. I don't have the other paper showing how high my TSH used to be, but I can get that at my doctor's pretty easily. So yeah, I hope this helps some people, because I know I'm not doing exactly the same thing that I was before, but it's kind of that and then some more, and not stressing too much about anything. And also I've been doing, the one last thing is a little bit of meditating, not like a lot, but it probably is like once a week for 2 minutes that I have time to meditate, or that I can, you know, have myself do that I'm able to, because it's not an easy thing, and there's a mess happening right now, so I think we need to clean up. But anyways, if you wanted to see more information about what I do when I meditate, I have another video that I'll post down below about that. And we are gonna go, and I hope everyone is feeling good out there, or working on feeling better, because it is totally possible to heal your thyroid. And alright, we're gonna say bye. Okay? Okay, I'm done. Alright.
Bye.
Bye.